Picture this. You're opening your monthly water bill, expecting the usual amount, but instead, it's shockingly high. We're talking maybe twice as expensive as last month. You're just standing there, staring at the total, practically spitting out your morning coffee, wondering where on earth all your hard-earned money went. It's a terrible feeling, right?
Now, most of us immediately point the finger at the utility company. We assume there's been some massive billing error or a sudden, totally unfair rate hike. But what if I told you the truth is actually a little closer to home? What if you're secretly flushing your money right down the drain without even knowing it? The reality is that tiny, unnoticed leaks, older fixtures, and just everyday habits quietly waste thousands upon thousands of liters of water every single year, completely under your radar. So today's explainer is a comprehensive home audit designed to systematically cut that bill in half.
Okay, let's dive into this. We're going to cover 5 key areas today. First, why are bills rising? Second, we'll uncover the top 15 hidden water wasters. Third, we'll look at money-saving hardware upgrades. Fourth, calculating your real savings. And finally, we'll explore the future of smart water. So, Section 1, why are bills rising? Let's take a look at the macro suspects.
Look, I know it's incredibly frustrating when your bill goes up, even though you haven't changed your habits at all. But before we audit your house, we really need to understand the broader forces at play here. There are these huge, global macro suspects pushing utility costs higher for all of us. First up, climate change is actively altering weather patterns, and that directly leads to our second suspect, severe water shortages. Add to that our aging infrastructure. Municipal pipes require highly expensive maintenance. And all of this culminates in structurally higher utility costs that just get passed straight down to you. But hey, here's the good news. While you obviously can't control the macro environment, you do have total control over your own home. Moving right along to Section 2, the top 15 hidden water wasters. It's time for your home audit. Grab your detective hat because we are going to systematically uncover the culprits stealing your cash. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is just how many of these indoor offenders are hiding in plain sight. They just masquerade as normal daily life. We've got 6 major indoor ones: running toilets, dripping faucets, taking unnecessarily long showers, relying on old, super inefficient washing machines, using high-flow shower heads, and dishwasher misuse, like running it when it's only half full. You're interacting with these things constantly, probably without realizing the massive toll they're taking on your meter. Let's actually zoom in on one of the absolute worst offenders on that list, the running toilet. Honestly, it's kind of like a moody teenager just quietly draining your wallet while you aren't looking. To really stop the waste, you need to establish a detect and solve loop. Step 1 is identifying the problem, literally just listening for that phantom running sound when the bathroom is totally empty. Step 2 is detecting the leak. You can easily do this by dropping a little food coloring into the tank and waiting to see if it seeps into the bowl. And step 3 is implementing the fix. Usually this just means replacing a super cheap rubber flopper inside the tank. It's literally a 5-minute job, but it stops a massive hemorrhage of water. But our investigation doesn't stop indoors. Let's head outside and see how standard yard maintenance and recreation are major sources of water waste. Here are the next 6 culprits rounding out our top 15. Number 7, inefficient garden irrigation. 8, overwatering your lawn. 9, using a running hose to clean off your driveway instead of just, grabbing a broom. 10, washing your car at home with a hose. 11, uncovered swimming pools that just lose water constantly. And 12, a totally natural enemy, evaporation. It literally steals your water right out of the soil before your plants even get a chance to drink it. Finally, we have the most insidious group. These are the unseen culprits, completing our top 15. Number 13, leaky pipes, hidden away behind your drywall. 14, home pressure problems, where water is just forced out of your fixtures way faster than necessary. And 15, hidden underground leaks in your main water line. These are silent, invisible threats, and they run up your meter completely unnoticed, draining your funds 24 hours a day. No bueno. Section 3, money-saving hardware upgrades. Let's talk about arming yourself. So now that we've identified all the criminals, how do we actually fight back? Well, let's look at a vivid contrast. On the left side here, you have your standard shower head. Now, it might feel normal to you, but it's essentially a fire hose. It aggressively dumps excess water and your money down the drain by the minute. On the right, though, is the modern low-flow upgrade. It uses really clever engineering to maintain great pressure while drastically reducing the actual volume of water used. It's an incredibly simple swap, and honestly, it basically pays for itself right away. And that's really just the tip of the iceberg. Here are some other remarkably easy hardware upgrades that act as a constant shield against daily water waste. Adding a simple faucet aerator mixes air right into the water stream, so you reduce flow without losing any pressure. Installing a smart irrigation system ensures your lawn is only watered when it's actually dry. Getting an automatic leak detector gives you a crucial early warning before a hidden pipe bursts. And installing a dual flush toilet? That just means you're only ever using the exact amount of water you actually need for the job. All right, moving to section 4, calculating your real savings. Let's break down the math payoff. So, the crucial point is, what does all this actually mean for your wallet? Let's look at the hard numbers. Remember that innocent-looking dripping faucet we talked about? Well, if it's dripping steadily, it is wasting approximately 11,000 liters of water annually. I mean, just think about that massive volume for a second. 11,000 liters of clean, fully treated water that you paid for, doing absolutely nothing but going straight down the drain. Crazy, right? If you thought that was shocking, get a load of this. A continuously running toilet doesn't just waste a few liters a month, it dumps roughly 750 liters of water every single day in and day out. That is a truly staggering amount of waste coming from just one easily fixable mechanical failure in your bathroom. But let's flip this to a positive metric for a second. What happens when you actively make a small behavioral change? Well, if you just cut your daily shower by exactly 5 minutes, you will save an incredible 18,000 liters a year. Seriously. You don't even need new hardware for that. You literally just need to get in, get clean, and get out a little bit faster. And this brilliantly illustrates the ultimate payoff of this entire explainer. When you combine those daily habit changes with the simple hardware upgrades we just discussed, you aren't just saving a few pennies here and there. Implementing these tips can actually yield a massive 30 to 50% reduction in your monthly bill. By fixing the leaks and upgrading your fixtures, you can literally cut your water bill in half, completely reclaiming that huge slice of your monthly budget. Let's move to section 5, the future of smart water. Let's see what's next. Let's see how all of this builds into tomorrow's technology, because the landscape for home water management is evolving incredibly fast. We started out with basic smart homes, sure, but now we're rapidly moving towards sophisticated digital water meters. These give you real-time data instead of that confusing, delayed monthly bill you're used to. And that connectivity leads directly to automatic leak detection systems. Tech that can actively shut off your main valve the absolute second a pipe fails. And right on the cutting edge, we're seeing the arrival of full AI water monitoring. It actually learns your household's exact usage patterns and alerts you the moment anything looks even slightly abnormal. The days of being completely surprised by a crazy high water bill are rapidly coming to an end. Which brings us to the end of our explainer today. I want you to take a second and reflect on your own home right now. Out of the 15 water wasters and upgrades we covered, which tips surprised you the most? Seriously, what's the very first thing you're going to check when you walk into your bathroom or your backyard today? Drop your thoughts down in the comments and be sure to subscribe to HydroVerse for more science-backed, sustainable water solutions. Take control of your home and stop letting your money evaporate. Catch you next time.